Alrighty guys, so y'all read the thumbnail and title. I got 10 more tips and tricks for y'all that I wish I knew sooner for Sons of the Forest. This list took me a bit longer to compile than the other ones, but we got it. Full list, 10 tips and tricks. So yeah, y'all know the deal. I don't want to waste your time, so let's get right to the first tip. Alright, so if you ever wanted to take off any of your armor and maybe put a different set of armor on, or had used multiple different sets of armor, you can do that really easily by just putting on the gold suit of armor here, which will take off all of your current armor. Maybe you have all creepy armor on, or all tech armor, all hide armor, I don't know, whatever you got on. That gold piece of armor will take it all off, and then from there you can just put on whatever kind of armor you want. Maybe you want to put on, I have 6 pieces of tech armor here, I'll put those on, and then I can put 4 pieces of creepy armor on, or maybe I want to put on some bone armor. Bone armor and some creepy armor. You can have it however you want just by using the gold suit armor here. I'm not going to explain how to get this. There's plenty of tutorials on how to get the gold armor in this game, but yeah. And also this transitions well to my next tip, which is that gold armor here doesn't give you any protection. It only gives you a tiny, actually here, spoiler warning, it only gives you a tiny bit of protection from the demons that you find in the lava cave at the end of the game. It only gives you protection from them. It doesn't give you any protection from cannibals like we have right here, or mutants or anything like that. It won't protect you from them at all. So yeah, don't bother using it against these guys. It won't help you in any way. Make sure you're using some actual armor, like creepy armor, tech armor, or whatever you want to use. Alright, so this next tip is a great one for combat. If you've ever been in a situation where you're about to die and you got like a sliver of health left, what you can do is just open your inventory, which will pause the game. It will pause the game completely. No enemies will be trying to move or attack you, but it won't pause your stamina regen or your health regen, which means while you're in your inventory, you can just take some pills here. I'm full health, so it won't do anything, but you can like eat a snack bar, maybe a can of pop while you're at it too, and then just X out of your inventory, and then yeah, there you go. You got full health now, ready to fight the enemies that you were about to die to. So yeah, that's a great one for combat. Alright, so if you ever had any rotten food in your inventory, don't bother getting rid of it. It actually is still good. All you got to do is cook it, and it will be as good as regular meat. So I have a piece of regular meat on the fire here. I don't have any rotten meat on me. I just didn't have any on me for the video here, but you can actually just cook it just like regular meat, and by the time it's done cooking and it's turned that brown color right there, it will be safe to eat, and it will give you as much food, or it will regen as much food as not rotten food would. So yeah, that's an awesome tip right there. Don't bother getting rid of your rotten food. Just don't eat it rotten. That will not give you like any hunger. Just don't bother doing that. All right, so my next tip here is for base building, and for this one, I'm sure you might know that you can actually place sticks in the ground here and then hit the top of them with an axe, just like so, and it will create a spike. And you can also place some rocks around it to make it more solid, but you can actually do this through a wall, like a wall just like this. That way you can have your wall with spikes poking through it, so that if enemies try and hit your wall, they will get damaged by the spikes. Now the way that you do this is so you can only get so close just by placing them near the wall, but you can actually just place it further away like this, and then use the locking thing and use it to place it right next to the wall, just like so. You can do that, and then just keep placing them just like so, as you can see. And then you can just take your axe, and then, whoa, what happened here? Okay, this one kind of bugged out, but yeah, as you can see here, just get your axe and go like so. Pick this one up. That one's not doing much. And then there you go. You have some spikes poking through your walls. Now, if the enemies try and damage your wall, they will get hit by a spike. And then obviously you do want to get some rocks here and place the rocks around the spikes here to make them more solid, just like so. Oops, no, there we go, just like so. That will make them more solid so that they last longer and you won't have to replace them. So yeah, that's an awesome base building tip there to help defend your base. So for this next thing, I want to explain to you guys how strength works, because I feel like most people don't know, and it is kind of complicated, and it isn't explained to you anywhere in the game. So your strength is something that you can level up while playing the game, and you can see where your progress is at using the little meter where it has the arm flexing next to your hydration meter. And you can see what level you're at anytime you actually level it up. So when the red bar fully or completes the full circle, it will show a number, and that shows your strength level. I believe I'm at level 13 right now, although there is no other way to check other than when you actually level up. It will show the number there. That's the only way you can see what level you are. But first, let me explain what strength actually does, because it only does one thing, and it gives you more health. So The max level for strength is level 50, so your health when you're at level 50 compared to level 1 is doubled. So when you hit level 50, your health would be doubled what it would be compared to being level 1. So, but that's all it does. It doesn't like make you do more damage to enemies, or it doesn't make you cut trees down faster or anything like that. You can't carry more logs when you're at level 50 or anything like that. It only gives you more health, which kind of sucks. I hope they change that in the future, because I feel like if you gain strength, you should be, you know, faster at cutting down trees or do more damage to enemies or something like that. But no, that's not the case right now. Now, the way that you actually level your strength up is by either swinging a weapon of any kind, whether you're swinging your pocket knife here or utility knife or the fireman's axe. It will level up your strength the same speed, I guess you could say. Or you can also level up your strength by picking up logs. Now, throwing a log doesn't increase your strength, only picking a log up. So yeah, just like throw it on the ground, pick it up, throw it on the ground, pick it up. Only picking it up will increase your strength. So yeah, those are the only two ways you can increase your strength. Running doesn't increase it, swimming doesn't increase it, attacking enemies doesn't increase it, placing a log down on the ground doesn't increase it, or anything like that. Only picking a log up or swinging a weapon of any kind. So yeah, now you know how strength works in this game. I hope they change it in the future. I feel like it should be more in-depth than that, and I wish it would do more, but yeah, let's move on to some more tips now. All right, so my next tip is that sleds negate all fall damage, and I'm going to demonstrate this by grabbing my sled here, which you can get at a 3D printer. And I don't really know how to like use a sled. Okay, there we go. Jump and press the left click. So we're just going to jump off the sledge and press left click. There we go. As you can see, it negates. Wait, hold on. Okay, as you can see, it negates all fall damage. So if you're on top of a cliff and you need to get down to the bottom of the cliff, just get your sled out and jump on down that cliff, and you'll be good. You'll be just fine. So yeah, that's my next one. Now I'm gonna head back up to this hill, and I'll demonstrate to you how to properly use a glider, because there is actually a proper way to use it. So yeah, let me show you. All right, so this technique of gliding will pretty much allow you to fly as long as you want. So yeah, let me show you. We're just gonna jump off here. If you don't know how to initiate gliding, just jump off a high surface and hold space, and it will start gliding. Now the technique here is to like fly in an arc pattern, because when we fly down and gain speed, it will allow us to fly back up and gain more altitude. Now, as you can see, we are already way above, or no, we're level with the waterfall that we just jumped off of. Now we can fly back down and then fly back up, and we should just sail right past the waterfall here. As you can see, we're already much higher than the waterfall, which is what we jumped off of. And yeah, using this technique of just flying in an arc will pretty much allow you to fly for as long as you want. I've flown around the entire map, as a matter of fact, without landing, just by using this technique. I've flown around the entire map. So yeah, it works pretty darn good. Let's see if we can land on top of this ledge up here. And also another tip for gliding is when you want to land, you don't have to come in for a smooth landing. I mean, I just did right there, but if you wanted to, you could fly way up in the air and literally dive bomb the ground, and you would be just fine. Here, I'll show you over here. You can just literally dive bomb the ground, and it will be just fine. So yeah, that is how to properly glide, and also how to land using a glider. With this technique, you can glide around the entire map, and I know that from experience. So yeah, let's move on to the next tip. All right, now my next tip is for deadfall traps, which this right here is a deadfall trap. You make it by just by placing a log on the ground, just like so, and then placing the stick in the front. Now the reason these are so good is because when enemies walk into these, just by like literally walking into them, they do a lot of damage, and in most cases one shot a cannibal. So you could just set a bunch of these up like around your base, and when cannibals walk into them, just like so, it will do a lot of damage, and in most cases will one shot a cannibal. Which, hey, there's a cannibal right there. Perfect. There wasn't any around here for a little bit because Virginia killed all of them. Here, I'll set one up right there. Let me lure this guy over here so I can show you. Here we go. Finally, he finally walked into it. As you can see, he walked right into the deadfall trap, and it one-shotted him. He had all that creepy armor on too. So yeah, use deadfall traps. They're pretty handy. I could see someone maybe like setting them up along with these spikes on the outside of the walls here, maybe like out here or something like that. I don't know. We can do whatever you want with this information. Just deadfall traps do a lot of damage. All right, now for my last two tips here is that if you ever need to kill anything small like seagulls or birds, or bunny rabbits or anything small like that. A really easy way to do it is just by throwing a log at them. As you can see, I tested this method out here a minute ago. Wait, hold on. No. Kill them. There we go. As you can see, it works very well, just like so. Now my last tip is that when you kill a seagull, make sure that you whack it a couple of times before you harvest its meat, because you can get more feathers out of it. As you can see, I whacked it one more time there. I got 3 more feathers, and then you can whack it one more time and get some more feathers, and now you won't get anything else from it. You can just harvest the meat and you'll be good to go. So yeah, those are my last 2 tips. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this one. If you got any value out this video, I'd really appreciate it if you would go down below and give this video a like, so that people know it's a good video. And if you want to see more content just like this in the future, I'd really appreciate if you would get subscribed. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.